Hello. Good afternoon. How's it going? I think I might have fixed the visual issue that was going on, like a little flickering. Hopefully, but it might have led to worse problems. I don't know. It seems like it might have been a frame rate thing. But now that I'm actually streaming, the frame rate looks choppy because instead of having it be unlocked, now I've just got it set to monitor refresh rate. But I mean, I'm not seeing any of that flickering anymore. So, who knows? It might actually work. Maybe. What the hell were we doing again? Okay. Oh, yeah. Supposed to be going over here. Going through the tunnel.
味はしないけど、冷たさは感じるから悪くなかったな。何はともあれ、緊張が解けたみたいでよかったよ。
Alright, now I gotta readjust. There we go. Right around there should be good, probably. Oh yeah, this is totally unrelated to anything, but that Pokemon Champions game came out and it's pretty fun. My main barrier to wanting to play competitive Pokemon was always the building team sucked. And now you can just kind of like play the game. It's crazy. Amazing breakthrough.
うまくいってよかったな。あれを一つも崩さずに持ち運べるなんて。
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, let's just get going. Like 3-leaf earring.
さて、教えてもらった洞窟はここで間違いなさそうね。ミララ族の歴史や伝承が学べるそうだけれど、書庫や博物館のようなものかしら。
Okay. This is the cave they were telling us about. They said we could learn about the history and folklore of the Mirara here, but... So, I wonder if it's something like a library or a museum.
個人的に自分の祖先に興味があるのは本当よ。でも、それだけじゃなくて。
I mean, personally, I am very interested in my ancestors, but it's not just that.
何度も名前が上がってきた存在、プリザベーションに関する情報を集めておきたいのよ。
We've heard the name preservation come up so many times so far, and I want to learn more about them. I want to, it's like gather more information about them.
プリザベーション、確かミララ族が世界をつなぐ力を発動させようとした時に利用しようと近づいてきた組織だったよな。
Okay, we're doing even just more recap. Okay, preservation, if I remember, it's the organization that approached the Mirara, intending to, I mean, that's like exploit, probably. Considering they were utilizing the power to connect worlds, etc.
そして、スフェーン王をはじめとする永久人を作った人たちでもあるわ。
Yes, and they're the ones who created the Eternals, including Sphene, King, Queen Sphene.
このリビングメモリーだって彼らが手掛けたのでしょうから、重要な情報が残されているとは思えないけれど、少しでもその正体に迫る手がかりがつかめたらって思ったの。
Okay, it's like, since they also, I guess you would say, like, had a hand in making living memory, I don't expect any, like, yeah, major information or, like, yeah, anything important. I mean, she's kind of using that dual to mean, like, damning, I guess, to an extent. Figured I would. Yeah, figured it would be worth it to try and see if we could figure out anything about their, like, true nature. Or that could even be, like, that could also just be origin.
スフェーンが使おうとしている鍵の出所にも関わるんだ。知っておいて損はないよな。
Okay. Yeah, they're related to the key that Scene's trying to use, so it'd be a good idea to know as much as we can.
とりあえず中に入ってみるか。どんな場所なのか楽しみだぜ。
Alright, let's head on in. I'm kind of excited. Yeah, it's like I'm excited to see what the place is like. Oh, wait a second here. Let me grab these names. The location names are probably going to be important. Whoa. Oh, it's... Oh, fuck. Okay, I would have loved a place like this when I was a kid. I'm such a fan of these style of, like, interactive science and history exhibits.
まるで遺跡のようだけれど、エレクトロープで再現されたものなのよね。
It's like written entirely.
中はこうなってんのか。
Oh, I literally read... I heard Iseki as Isekai. Somehow. God. Alright, come on. You gotta wake up. Well, this is what it's like on the inside. I'm assuming that they're going to make me read these.
はるか昔、ミララ族は自然豊かな常夏の島で暮らし
Okay. I'm assuming they're going to make me read these anyway. So I might as well just progress.
Nandaka, 神秘的な雰囲気の場所ね。これがミララ族が暮らしていた土地を再現した娯楽施設?
I guess you would say mystical for this one. Like this has a mystical. It's like this is a very like mystical place. It's just mystical atmosphere. Yeah, so this is a what entertainment facility? I hate entertainment facility that recreates where the place where the Mirara once lived.
はい、正解です。
Yes, correct. That's correct. I think you would just go with, that's correct. Oh. You got a tour guide. Hell yeah.
なんだ?
What?
当施設の再現度は自慢のエレクトロープ技術によって完璧。ただし、どんな種族の方にも楽しんでいただけるように、構造物の縮尺のみ調整しております。
It's like thanks to our, like, famous electrode technology, the recreation of this facility has been recreated perfectly to perfection. However, to ensure that anyone, regardless of race, can enjoy it, we have adjusted the scale.
おっと、申し遅れましたが、私はこの旧君子の道のツアーガイドです。以後、 お見知りおきを。
Ah, excuse me. I believe I've forgotten to introduce myself. I'm the tour guide for the... Yeah, like, what? It's Path of the Ancient... This Miko could be, like, Priestess, Shrine Maiden, Oracle. Not really sure yet. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
ガイドなんているのか、随分親切だな。
Oh, they've even got us a guide. How kind.
それじゃあ、いろいろ散策してみて、わからないことがあれば、あなたに尋ねることにするわね。
Well, in that case, we'll take a look around. If there's anything that we don't understand, we'll ask you if that's alright.
不正解です。
Incorrect.
この旧君子の道は簡単なクイズを軸とした娯楽施設。同行するツアーガイドに従うが正解でした。
God, they're so annoying. Okay. Okay, the Path of the Ancient Priestess, Oracle, Shrine Maiden is an attraction. Like, it's a quiz attraction. Following your tour guide is the correct answer.
なんか意外とめんどくせえな。
Okay, this is a line that I could see somebody really overplaying their hand on. There's many different options for this Mindokse. But the facial expression is great. You know, this is kind of a pain in the ass, or you could even go with like, you know, this is a lot less fun than I thought it would be. That's basically Woklama was having fun, and is no longer having fun.
せっかくだし、案内してもらいましょうか。
Alright, I guess let's go along with it and accept the guide. Accept the tour.
4名様の参加を登録。ではでは、奥の部屋へお進みください。
I see. For participants, now then, please proceed. It's like, yeah, please proceed further. But I wanted to read the thing. Okay, I guess I am going to have to read the thing.
ミララ族の歴史が記述されて、
Okay.
昔、ミララ族は自然豊かな常夏の島で暮らしていました。その島には決して冬は訪れず、色とりどりの花が咲き誇り、人も動物も穏やかに暮らしていました。
The way that this is written is very, like, storybook, I guess? Yeah, long, long ago, the Mirara lived on a, what, beautiful... I mean, that's like Island of Eternal Summer. The island never saw winter, or it's like winter never visited. You could say, bright and colorful, beautiful flowers always bloomed, and both the people and animals lived together in harmony.
しかし、ある時彼らの平穏が破られます。 冷たい西風が吹いたかと思うと、突如として海が凍りつき、魚が鳥が、獣たちが次々と息絶え始めたのです。
Yeah, one day that, like, tranquility, that peace was shattered. It's like, just as a cold west wind blew, the seas began, and the seas suddenly froze, and one after another, the fish and the birds, the animals of the ground, one after another, breathed their last.
あるともしれぬ異常な寒波にミララ族も一人また一人と倒れ大勢が亡くなりました。生き残りたちはただ祈ることしかできなかったと言います。
Okay, wait a sec. This is gonna take way too long. I'm just gonna kind of read this myself. And have the MTL
ミ
up.
ララ族の歴史が記述されて、ミララ族には古くから受け継がれてきた秘宝がありました。それは莫大
We'll just kind of summarize here.
そうでしたが、いつどのようにもたらされたのか由来は伝わっていません。
I mean, this does seem to just kind of be a, like, storybook version of the information that we've already gathered. Treasure, its power.
島に氷の最悪が訪れた際、巫女たちは秘宝に救いを求め祈り続けました。
Okay, so we're saying that it was... it's plural, Miko. They prayed to...
彼らの前に
for their salvation.
道が現れました。かくしてミララ族は行幸のごとき輝く
Path appeared before them.
道を渡り、新たな土地へと逃れることができたのです。
Yeah, they went down the golden
ミラ
path.
ラ族の
ミララ族たちは、古の時代から算術を得意としていました。神羅万象のすべてを数式と図形によって、その力は
Okay.
新天地で発揮されました。
The Mirara excelled at, like, at arithmetic, math.
物質にミララ族たち
Okay,
この
they-
手法によって
they're the ones who made Electro.
力を溜め込むだけの存在から、あらゆる属性に力を変換する。
Okay, this is still basically all information that we've already seen.
ミララ族のエレクトロープを扱う特殊な技術は高く評価され、ミララ族は各国の王族や貴族に重用されるように、彼らの中には再び秘宝の力を用いて故郷へ帰ろうとする者もいましたが、それは叶いませんでした。祖先を逃避させた王国、やがて秘宝の存在は忘れ去られ、今となっては本当に実在したのかも。
Okay, so the Mirara... like, went to one mirror world from another, could never make it back. They're the ones who did most of the Electro shit. Whoa. Man, the area design in this expansion is good.
この壁の文様はミララ族の一生なのか？
ここは何の部屋かしら。こんな立派な装飾がしてあるんだもの。ミララ族にとって重要な意味を持っていそうね。おう、壁が光ってるぜ。綺麗な場所だな。
Kururu and Graha are like, what's the meaning of all of these decorations? I'm sure it must have had some sort of, like, profound importance. Woklamat's, wow, it's really pretty. Yay.
じゃじゃーん
Excellent. Ta-da!
今私たちがいるのは、放浪の果てに住処を得たミララ族が建てたとされる祭祀場です。
Okay. It's like right now we stand in like a, what, the ritual site, I guess. what, said to have been built by the Mirara after they finally, what? It's like found a home after their, like, ages of wandering.
彼らの伝承によれば、かつてミララ族は常夏の理想郷で暮らしていたそうです。しかし海さえ凍る最悪が起こり、逃避を余儀なくされたのだとか。
It's like, what, according to their legends, the Mirara once lived in a, like, utopia of endless summer. However, yeah, catastrophe struck, frozen seas. We saw this in the stuff before, forcing them to run.
企業を導いた巫女と彼女が操った秘宝を祀ったのがこの祭祀場。いつの日か故郷に帰還することを願う儀式の場だったそうです。
Yeah, I still don't know what you would go with for this, Miko. I still need more information. You might go with Maiden, you might go with Priestess. Not sure. Probably Maiden, I guess. It's like this is meant to enshrine this, yeah, like ritual site was built to enshrine the, I guess, maiden who, what, guided their escape, like led their escape, and the sacred treasure she wielded. Yeah, it's what, and they, like, it served to decipher rituals in, like, done in the hope that one day they might return to their home.
ミララ族に伝わる秘宝、それが世界をつなぐ力を秘めた鍵。
Yeah. The secret treasure passed down amongst the Mirara. That's the key that... It's like the key to utilizing or activating the power to connect
世
worlds.
界をつなぐ？そんな夢みたいな力があったらいいですね。
Connect worlds? If there were such a wonderful... like a wonderful power, it would be fantastic. Or it's like how nice it would be if there were such a, like, fantastical
では、
power.
ここでクイズタイム。正しい歴史に火をつけろ。
It's like, alright then, quiz time! It's like, what, light a fire for... Yeah, it's like set fire to the correct history.
始まったぞ。
What, here we go.
この部屋には4つの食台があり、それぞれに文言が記されたパネルが設置されています。そしてパネルを操作することで、食台に火を灯すことが可能。
Okay, there's... I guess they're referring to those as like the... Oh yeah, that is just candlesticks. Okay, there's 4 like candle stands, candlesticks in the room, each with a panel. And like with text inscribed on it, by interacting with the panels, you can light the
文言
candlesticks.
の内容が正しいと思ったら、パネルを操作して火を灯してくださいね。
Okay, if you think that the text is correct. Operate the panel and light the flame.
それじゃあ、グループの代表者を選んで、クイズスタート。
Alright, please select a leader or a representative for your group, and then let's start the quiz.
代表と言ったら、オレオだよな。正解がいくつあるのかはわからないが、まずは内容を読んでみよ
Okay, they're making me the representative.
う。古の時代、我らは、花咲き誇る、常夏の島で暮らしていた。しかし永久に続くかと思われた幸せは失われ、青き海は凍りついた。文面の内容は、ガイド役の機械兵が語った言葉と、極めて近いように感じる。
Okay, that seemed like...
巫女は、秘宝に祈りを捧げ、魔法の道を開き、人々を救い出した。しかし、巫女は、秘宝と共にしま、文面の内容は、ガイド役の機械兵が語った言葉に近いが、巫女と秘宝が残ったという話は
I mean, they're kind of giving me the answer. They didn't say anything about that. Yeah.
ミララ族は、算術的な思考に長け、エレクトローブ
Yeah, they didn't say anything about the Miko staying
法
behind.
人の彼らは、各国の王族や貴族に徴用されたという。文面の内容は、ガイド役の機械兵が触れていない事柄のようだ。
世界に雷の力が満ちた時、ミララ族は秘宝を用いて伝説の故郷に戻ろうと考えた。
文面
I mean, it seems like it's just this one, right?
文
Oh, it's more than one. Potentially.
ミララ族は算術的な思考に長け、エレクトロープを万能文
世界に雷の力が満ちた時、ミララ族は秘宝を用いて伝説の故郷に戻ろうと考えた。そして彼らは道を開き、去っていったのである。
Yeah, no, that's completely wrong. I mean, it's probably just that one, right?
パネルの説明を読み、内容が正しければ、食台に火を灯すので。それでは、ドキドキの結果発表です。
Alright, it's the moment you've been waiting for. Literal drum roll.
ブブー。惜しい。残念。不正解。もう一度よく考えて火を灯しましょう。手前の部屋の説明パネルも、良ければ参考にしてみて。
Okay, so then it should just be these two.
文
それでは、ドキドキの結果発表です。おめでとうございます。大正解です。
I didn't know if they wanted me to only pick one or if they wanted me to pick two, but it was two.
おお、さすがだなオレオ。どれも正しいような気がして迷っちまったぜ。
Oh, good going. It all sounded right. I didn't know what to do.
このミララ族の伝承を額面通りに受け取れば、遠い土地から移住してきただけのようにも思える。
Okay. The legend of the Mirara, taken at face value, and what could sound like nothing more than... I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily nothing more. I guess you might say simply, like, migrated from a faraway land.
俺たちは知っている。現象世界と共造世界の関係、そして繰り返されてきた0歳の歴史、それから世界をつなぐ力の存在を。
Okay, yeah. We know the relationship between the original world and the mirrored worlds. The history of calamities. I still need something for today, Sai. Oh, we
海
connect
が起こる
worlds.
ような最悪といえば、大氷雪時代とも呼ばれる第5零災が思い浮かぶわね。
Okay, yeah, they're talking about... I'm just gonna skim this. We already know about this, fifth calamity, Great Ice Age, comes to mind.
南洋諸島には第5零災に際して一夜にして消え去った人々、通称忘れられた人々の伝承が残っている。
Okay. You know, like the Southern Islands, there's a legend. Like that there were people who vanished overnight during the calamity. Like those people are commonly known as, like, the Forgotten.
「リムサ・ロミンサの巴術も元を正せば南洋諸島の算術をルーツに持つという、そのあたりも関連性を感じるが結論は出せそうにないな。
Yeah. It's like what, this, geomancy, whatever you want to say for this. I can't remember the actual pronunciation of it. But Hajutsu, was it? Okay, yeah, if you, it's said to have its roots in, like, the, yeah, arithmetic of like, those southern islands. I think that there's a connection there as well. Won't be able to know for sure.
次のクイズタイムに移るため、北西の部屋に移動しましょ
う。Alright, if you're ready, let's go to the, let's head to the northwest room for our next exciting quiz.
このクイズタイムってやつ全部でいくつあるんだ？
Ah, come on. I think you really probably should say, like, I think you should keep it as just quiz time, actually. You know, for our next exciting quiz time. Now, how many, quiz times we're gonna have, do you think? I'm not gonna look up the English. There's no way they keep any of this fun. They're gonna flatten everything out and make it dull and bland and boring. Yo, what up? Also, no, that was the Wicklamat line. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just kind of slow today.
顔がいっぱいあるぞ。すっげえ迫力だな。
Whoa. Tons of faces.
はい、今私たちがいる場所はミララ族の遺跡の中で最も謎に包まれた施設。
All right. We are now in the midst of the Mirara ruins. The most, like, mysterious... What, the most, like, mysterious, mystical place in our whole tour.
と呼ばれていますが、実際に何のために作られたのかは、当のミララ族にも伝わっていないのだとか。
Okay, it's called the, like, Maiden's Resting Place. I mean, that is just, like, straight up bedroom, but, I'm not sure if they... I'm not sure what you would do with this. I'm not sure what you would do with this. Sleeping quarters, maybe? But even the... Mirara themselves don't know what it was originally built for.
どういうこと
Wait, what?
一説によれば、モチーフになった遺跡には、このような施設は存在せず、遊戯施設の設計者が独自に創作したとか、そうじゃないとか。
Okay, well, one theory stated that what facility like this didn't actually exist. They do say motif, but that's not actually using the word motif in the way that we would normally use motif. I guess you would just say maybe inspiration. So that basically, if this didn't actually exist in the original ruins, and it was made by the, like, attractions designer.
ちなみに、壁に掲げられた黄金に輝く装飾は、人の感情を表した仮面だとも言われています。
Okay, it said that the golden shining, like, faces on the walls or like decorations on the walls are actually masks depicting human emotions.
ここで、ラストクイズタイム。仮面は何種類ある
Last quiz time. Okay, it's time for our final quiz time. How many different types of masks are there?
これが最後なのか。
Wait, this is the last one?
楽勝と思ったけど、これって地味に大変なやつだよな。
I mean, yeah, this would be a toll breeze, but... I guess you would say, like, yeah, this is gonna be one of those ones that's, like, surprisingly tough.
焦らずに数えれば大丈夫ですよ。ま、当てずっぽうでもいいですけど、分かった方からお答えください。
Okay, don't rush, count. I mean, they do just say, like, you could just guess. Whoever figures it out first, go ahead and give your answer.
を表した仮面、感情と記憶は密に結びついている。巫女たちの真珠って名前からも、もしかしてミララ族の様式でリビングメモリーを
Could it be like a representation of living memory?
クソ
I don't know.
借りるか描かないと忘れちまうぜ。
Very fun. Okay, just gotta draw it down.
3種類だよな。
3? It's gonna be like there's a slight variation or something. Okay, 1, 2. It's 3. There's probably... I just spotted the fourth on the very top. 1, 2... It's 4, I think.
仮面は何種類あり答えは4種類ですね。
Okay, 4 is that...
私は6種類だと思ったぜ。
6 wasn't even an answer. Wait, really? I thought there were 6.
はオレオさんと同じで。
4.
俺
Okay.
正解は
And the answer is...
4種類でした。
Yay.
会社の皆さん、おめでとうございます。
Congratulations. Yay.
どこかで数え間違えたのか。
God damn, where did I go wrong?
ということで、9期巫女の道のクイズはこれにて終了。
Okay, quiz done's here.
付き合いありがとうございました。
Thank you for joining me on this short tour.
お待ちしております。
Okay, look forward to seeing you again.
と疲れたぜ。
Oh, it's finally over. It's like, man, I'm just exhausted.
あの伝承が正しいとすると、ミララ族は原初世界から渡った人々の末裔ということになる。
Okay, if that legend is true, then the Mirara are like descendants of people who came from the original world.
彼らが持っていた秘宝、世界をつなぐ力の鍵とは一体。
What exactly then was that, yeah, like treasure, sacred, secret, whatever you want, sacred probably treasure. They possessed that key, held the power to connect worlds.
鍵についてはまだ謎が多い。
There's still many mysteries surrounding the key, or there's still much we don't know surrounding the key.
プリザベーションはそこに改造を施し、扉を開閉させられるまでに至ったが、それですら仕組みを完全に理解した上でのことではないのだ。
Okay. Interesting. It's like, what, preservation modified it to the point where, like, it could open and, where that gate could be open and closed, I guess you would say at will, but even that wasn't done with full understanding of how the key actually worked.
あの鍵がいつ、誰によって作り出されたのか。そこからもたらされる世界をつなぐ力の本質とは、解明できたものは一人としていない。
When was the key made and by who? And what is the true nature of the power to connect worlds? Thus far, no one has been able to find out.
気をつけなさい。
Be careful.
何者が作り出したにせよ、物に善悪はない。使う者の心次第でどちらにも転ぶことだろう。
Woo. It's like, no matter who... It's like, no matter who created it, a thing cannot be, like, good or evil in of itself. It could become one or the other. You do have to say heart here, depending on the heart of the one who wields it.
「その心とて善悪の境目は実に曖昧だ。誰かを救いたいという思いが別の誰かを滅ぼす脅威になりうる。
It's like, and within the heart, and even within the heart, the line between good and evil is vague or ambiguous. The desire to save one, or it's like the will to... I would probably go with will for this one. The will to save one can become, you know, like a threat, like a menace that destroys another.
プリザベーションもスフェーン様も鍵を使うのは愛する人を守るためだと言うでしょ
Yeah, both Preservation and Sphene will say that they use the key. This Toyu desho. No, I mean, would say that they use the key to protect the ones they love.
多くの人が犠牲になる道を歩み続ける。
Anytime that they use gisei, it's a bit of a pain. Yeah, and so they will continue down a path. I mean, I guess you would just say they will continue down a path that will claim so many lives.
さて、私たちが伝えられる情報はこれで全てよ。最後にあなた方に話すことができて、ようやく役目を終えられた気がするわ。
Oh, they already figured it out. Yeah. Well then, that's... It's like everything that we can tell you. It's like we've told you everything we can. And being able to speak with you one last time in the end. It really makes me feel like... I mean, I guess you could say my work is finally over, or... my job here is finally done. You came here to shut down the terminal, didn't you? Okay, seeing my character's face through the little gap in the axe was pretty comical. Yes.
でも、もしかしてお二人なら停止する以外の方法を。
Oh no. Yeah, that... お二人なら... But maybe do the two of you know any other way to... other than shutting down the terminal?
私たちの知識が悪用される前にこの記憶を消す術をずっと探していた。
Yeah, we've been searching for a long time to find a way to erase this memory before our knowledge could be misused.
この道でいい。進みなさい。
Man, they keep doing this path thing. Okay. This one's very hard. This one is very hard, because I don't necessarily want to say you're on the right path, because that's not what konomichi really necessarily means. It's not like, you know, konomichi ga tadashi, or anything like that. Okay, tentatively I would say you're on the right path. Just keep walking. But it's not really that. It's not the right path. It's like a right path.
わかりました。最後に聞いてもいいですか?
But can I ask you one last thing?
ええ、もちろん。
Yes, of course. I mean, you could just go with, of course you can.
私に託したのは、飛 扉の制御コードを仕込んだのはなぜですか？
It's like... Okay, the ordering here is a little bit annoying. It's like... Like, you gave this earring to me and embedded the gate's control code within it. Why? The thing that she's specifically saying is... She's talking about the code, like, why would you put that code in there?
あなたに会いたかったからよ。
I guess you would just say, we wanted to see you again.
身勝手に聞こえるでしょうけれど、手がかりを残しておきたかったの。
But it might sound selfish, but we wanted to leave you... Or it's like to leave behind, I guess for this tegakari, you would probably say trail. It's either clue or trail.
あなたと再会できるようにって、どうしても希望を残しておきたかった。
I guess you would probably say trail. And we wanted to leave behind the hope that one day we could be together again. Or that we could see you again.
ずっと夢見ていたんだ。だが、いざ願いが叶ってしまったら、私たちに再会を喜ぶ資格があるのか、自信がなくなってな。
We dreamed for... Always dreamed that this day would come, but now that it finally has... I don't know if I really can say... Like, whether we have the right... Like, to be happy to see you again.
お前を守るためとはいえ、親としてひどいことをしたと思っている。
And even though it was, we were trying to protect you, or it's like, even though it was to protect you, as parents, we did something horrible.
そんな顔はしないでください。とても素敵な人に育ててもらいましたから。ガラフおじいちゃんって言うんです。
I would say it's okay. For this, I would just say, please, it's okay. I was raised by a wonderful person. His name is, Grandpa Godolphu.
それに素晴らしい仲間にも恵まれました。
And for this nakama, I would probably say friends. I really am blessed with wonderful friends.
だからどうか安心してください。
This anshinshite should be like, so please don't worry about me.
あなたたちが私を守ってくれたから、私は今幸せに生きています。
Because you protected me. there's a couple of ways that you can do this. Like, you could say, I'm happy, I'm alive, or it's because you protected me that I'm... You could go with, like, you protected me. You know, and I'm doing well. I'm living happily. There's a bunch of different options for that. You can just go with something that sounds natural.
あなたに素敵な名前があるのは分かってる。それでもどうか最後にこの名で呼ぶことを許してほしい。
Okay. I know you have a wonderful name, but still... It's like one last time, please. Let us call you...
バイヤ、心から愛してるわ。
Maya. Is that actually just straight up? Is that supposed to be like... M-A-Y-A, or is that M-A-I-A? I don't know. Probably M-A-I-A, honestly. Okay, and then notice the heart thing again. Maya, we love you with all our hearts.
マイヤ、それが私のもう一つの名前なんですね。
I hate that I've been conditioned like this. I really genuinely hate that I've been conditioned like this. But I can just look at a line like this and know that they didn't translate it. With very high certainty. I don't want to look at it and confirm it. But... you need to keep in this mo hitotsu no namae. It's difficult. So, I think that the way that it goes, the reason why I get, like... why you can tell, is that anytime that there's something that's kind of borderline or a little bit awkward to translate, they just kind of cut it out instead. Like, they just get rid of it, instead of actually putting in the work to try and make things natural and try and translate meaning. They just don't instead. It's, like, profoundly lazy. They'd rather just write everything into the same bland, boring, faux, like, Renaissance fair-ass dialogue tone than actually do any real localization work. And I'm gonna look like an asshole if they actually did translate this properly, but I feel like there's no way that they did. Because this mo hitotsu no namae is difficult. The real meaning of that is, she's saying, Maya, that's another name of mine. You know, it's... she's not saying that it is her name, it's... like, the point here is that both Kururu and Maya are both equal. Like, they are both her name. They both count. Which, you know, is going along with the whole, like, inheritance theme, the whole... like, you've got all of the different names of the, like, the races themselves that are equally valid. Right? It's in line with the themes of the expansion. That's why the MTL goes with other, but that doesn't really... other doesn't really fit.
本当にいいのか？私たちがターミナルを操作したっていいんだぞ。
You really okay with this? You could just let us deal with the terminal.
これは私がクルルマイヤ・バルデシオンがやらないといけないことだから。
Notice okay. And this is what I, Kururu Maya Valdesian, need to do. Or this is, you could go with something, this is something that I, Kururu Maya Valdesian, has to do. This is just her calling out mom, dad. Okay, why is my character, like, leaned back so far on that incline? Did anybody else see that? How the hell are you walking like that? Oh, I really want to check that. Okay, can I be allowed just this one? I'm already doing it, don't worry. Yeah. Oh my god. You already have a beautiful name, but if we might call you by the one we gave you, not what she said. Says like, could you let us call you this one more time? Maya, our dearest, they went with M-A-Y-A, I don't know. We love you more than life itself. No. You reduced a real, genuine, heartfelt line that included the word heart into it, into a dumb cliche. They just said, like, we love you with all our hearts. Also, notice, Maya, my name is Maya. Nope. I knew you would fuck that up. I knew you would fuck up. Mo hitotsu no namae. Mo hitotsu no namae. She didn't say, それが私の名前なんですね. She said, there's a もう一つの名前 right there. Like, do you see that? Do you see that right there? Do you see? Hey, translation team. You seem to have missed part of the line. You seem to have missed part of the line. You see that もう一つ there? You see that there's a little section there. A little this that you seem to have forgotten. もう一つの. What does that mean? That means another. I would imagine that people would be actually kind of upset by that, because this line in English sounds like she is actively, like she then immediately later, like the next line she says, Krill, Kururu, Maya Baldesian. But the first line, she's saying my name is Maya. No. もう一つ. You could say, like, Maya. That you could go with that's my name too. I have another name. It's not easy to make it sound natural, but you can't have her just say, my name is Maya. That's the one option that you cannot do. Not allowed. You can't just cut shit out because you can't make it work. Your job as localizers is to make it work. That's your job. Do your fucking job. Oh, but it's a little bit awkward to make it. I don't give a fuck. That's your job. You're supposed to be an internal team with access to the writing team. Do your fucking job. I must do this. Pearl Maya Balisian must press on, and garbage, garbage, garbage. She said, this is what I, Kurura Maya Balisian, must do. Brevity, soul of wit, etc. And then farewell mother, farewell father. I'm sorry, is this... Hang on, what is that from? Like the fucking Camp Granada song was Alan Sherman? Hello mother, hello father. You've managed to make this completely meaningless again. By going farewell mother, farewell father, when the Japanese script did what you're supposed to do there, which is have her just say, Mom, Dad, goodbye. You have an entire line dedicated to the word goodbye. On its own, she says, Mom, Dad, goodbye. Why would you get rid of the singular, impactful goodbye? You just don't understand how emotions work. Also, he didn't say farewell, he just did a which technically, like, yeah? This really should just be Mom, Dad, goodbye, and then you could just do there has to be the ... there as well, like the line actually has the ... It should be like the pause, goodbye. Why are you like this?
Oreo さん、私ね、身を言うと、この旅が少し不安だったの。
To tell you the truth, I was a bit anxious about this.
真実を知ることが怖かったから、もしかして両親から愛されてなかったのかなって。
I just said that I would stop looking at this. I just said I wouldn't look at this anymore. It's like I was afraid to know the truth. That maybe, just maybe, my parents didn't love me. Wait, seriously? The French TL did a whole sentence for that? Oh no, let me check. The French... Oh wow, yeah, they just made up an entire thing. But like, they will always be with you, Wow, you can't do that, dude. Don't do that. Hey, look! The German TL's properly separated off. My German is terrible, but she goes, Papa, Mama, auf Wiedersehen. Like a goodbye. They actually did it. The French also did it. Papa, Mama, adieu. Every single language properly had her say both mom and dad and then goodbye, except for English. English is the only language that did farewell mother, farewell father. Only one. Infuriating. Okay, now that I'm already here looking at the thing, though, I need to check this line. This is gonna be the last one that I look at for a while. Okay. Yeah. Again, they just don't understand emotions. They just blunt all of the emotions in this script, man. I was afraid of what I might discover. Perhaps I'd learn nothing, or worse, that my parents didn't love me. Why did we just make up, perhaps I'd learn nothing, or worse? Why are we making shit up that extends the lines and blunts the emotional impact? Stop doing this. The Japanese script is written by professional writers. You are very clearly not professional writers, and even barring that, it's not your fucking story. Like, even if the translation team was professional writers, award-winning writers, which they're not, it's not your story. You wouldn't even need to ask anybody. You could just see right there, this line is not difficult. She's very clearly talking about the truth. I was scared of knowing the truth. That maybe, you could either go with that maybe, or and that maybe. One of the two there. My parents didn't love me. That's it. That's all you have to say. That is a thing that someone would actually say. Ah, 挑戦してよかった. I think I would just go with I'm glad I came, or I'm glad I didn't give up.
一生懸命ピクトマンサーの技を習得して勇気を出して行きたいって言ってみてよかった。
No, yeah, actually no, here I would go with I'm glad I tried. Actually, I would say I'm glad I didn't give up. For this one, I'm glad I didn't give up. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad I worked so hard to, like, what, master Pictomancy. I'm glad I worked up the courage to say, I want to go with you. Now, the with you is a little bit, I'm not sure. I think it's fine. The with you isn't necessarily directly implied, but you can't make it work naturally any other way. Like, what she's actually saying is, I'm glad I like, worked up the courage to say, I want to go. Which you could just go with that, but I think you would probably say with you. Just for the sake of being natural. Also notice that it's in quotes. Okay, no, yeah, it is. Yeah, thank you for trusting me, believing in me, and bringing me all this way. That's, come on, that's adorable. それだけ? That's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna see this through the end. Please, watch over me.
さあ、ファイアターミナルに行きましょ
Okay. Again, so this is actually the last one. This is actually the last one. We're doing this, and then I'm going to close Garland Tools entirely. I've been anxious ever since I chose to accompany you to Toral. I was afraid of what I must discover, but now I know the truth and I couldn't be happier. That was their translation of Demo. Chousen shite yokatta. Notice that the translation that I gave, like, going line by line in the script, was 1,000 times more natural. It's not even that good. Like, the flow here, if you just actually do some fucking localization. I know the truth and I couldn't be happier. Versus, but I'm so glad I tried. I'm glad I learned Pictomancy. I'm glad I worked up the courage to say, I want to go with you. Notice that that version lines up. Their thing was, I'm glad I took up Pictomancy. I'm glad I mustered up the courage to say I wanted to join you. But they didn't put it in quotes. They didn't put it in quotes. Putting it in quotes is incredibly important, actually. You can't just get rid of that. This is something that I've noticed across, like, every single Japanese to English game localization. The Japanese script will put things into quotes, and then the English team will just be like, what the fuck are quotation marks? Screw it, I don't care. It's so much better if you put it into quotes. It's because that's what they actually wrote. Notice, though, that now I know the truth and I couldn't be happier does not flow into I'm glad I took up Pictomancy. I'm glad I mustered up the courage to say I wanted to join you. Those lines don't flow into each other. The Japanese line is, I'm so glad I tried. I'm glad I learned Pictomancy. I'm glad I worked up the courage to say, I want to go with you. Also, you got rid of, like, the embarrassed stutter. Well, that's all I wanted to say. I'll see this through, rather, we'll see this through together. Not what she said. Again, that's just, you didn't really know what to do for this. Chanto mitete ne. Like, this is the thing. People always say, oh, localization as a concept is bad. No, they're just bad at localization. You need to do localization to actually convey the emotion and the impact and the meaning of the things that are being said. They're just really bad at it. They're not good at their jobs. Because, like, I'm glad I tried isn't actually a quote-unquote literal translation for that chousen. Oh, I remember listening to her yet? Heard about what happened from Graha. I'm glad she was able to say goodbye. Yeah, this is only asked this question 2 more times. Do you want to shut down this terminal? Yes.
り方はわかるね。
You know how to do it, right?
はい。
Yes. They've been doing this constantly, though. They're, like, adding in unnecessary, non-existent information into incredibly emotionally impactful scenes. Like the thing that they did with, they did it with, what's-her-face? With Namika, right? Where in the English they say, like, I know not how or why, but I'm so glad I could reunite with you. The I know not how or why was just not there at all. And they just added in a bunch of just garbage, like, middle school poetry prose.
さて、エレネシッパも合流したことだし。
Alright, last
保存
area.
されていた記憶は消えても、受け取った愛情は忘れないわ。きっとこの思い出が私の背中を押してくれるから。
It's like, even if the memories are erased, I'll never forget the, like, love I mean, you would probably say inherited or received from them.
クルル、大
Kururu, are you okay?
迷わないで進むって決めたから。
Yes. I decided. Yeah, it's like, I already made up my mind to press forward and not look
勇気
back.
をくれてありがとう、みんな。
Thank you, everyone, for giving me that courage. Yeah, that's Garden of, like, Seeker. Yeah, that is Seeker. That's the same one that they used in Metaphor. Like the Garden of
終わ
Seekers.
りが迫ってくると、時間が経つのも早く感じるもんだね。
Yes, when the end draws near, time really does seem to fly
早
by.
速次のエリアに向けて移動しよっか。
Okay,
行き
let's
方はもう説明しなくてもわかるね。
move on to the last area. Sure, I don't need to explain how to get there.
オッケー。メインターミナ
Alright.
ルの様子も見ておきたいし、
Okay.
私もひとまず、リメンバーゲートに向かうよ。行こう、みんな。
Let's go. I mean, again, you really kind of gotta walk back manually. But really, like, that's just... This is the biggest thing that they do constantly. Is just changing shit for the sake of changing it, but they're not actual writers. And so it's awkward and garbage, and they shouldn't be doing it to begin with. But it just blatantly stands out. And the thing that's so obnoxious about it is that people always will then blame the original writers. If they don't like something about the script, or about the expansion, or whatever, they're going to blame the original writers. They're going to say, oh, I didn't like Dawn Trail. right? Like, oh, the dialogue in JRPGs is always so cringy. But if people do like it, then they can claim credit. They can be like, oh, actually, it's only that good because we're such great translators, actually. You know, us being such wonderful translators is really the thing that makes it, that makes it so good. It's cowardice. Like, it is just raw cowardice. They are too scared to actually do any sort of creative pursuit of their own. And so they leech off of the work of others. Because, like, if somebody thought that this segment with Kururu wasn't as impactful or, you know, meaningful as it should be, that, you know, it didn't feel enough like a heartfelt goodbye, they're not going to immediately assume that it's the translation's fault. They're just going to assume that it's the game. But from my perspective, playing the game entirely in Japanese, this whole segment has been phenomenal. Like, it's been some of the, like, the tightest emotional writing that they've done in the entire game. Like, throughout all of the expansions. But then the English just adds so much bloat. You know, like, really, genuinely, those Namika lines in English are just terrible. I really, like, I need to hold back on pulling them up again, because I'll just start going over them for, like, another hour, but it's just genuinely, like, a complete lack of understanding of how to convey emotion. Bordering on, like, pathological fear of, like, emotion. I really genuinely can't think of any other reason why you would change it to farewell mother, farewell father, instead of mom, dad, pause, goodbye. Other than just, like, a fear of emotion. I don't think anybody could possibly make the argument that that's equivalent in emotional impact or anything close to it. Okay. As for how things are going to the main terminal, from the, you know, in my opinion, it looks like we still have some time. Okay. There should be, yeah, as long as we keep, going at this pace, we should be totally fine. Yeah, it should be fine to try to get to know the Eternals along the way. Okay, the last area is, what, Wind Pass Garden?
お袋の記憶もそこにあるって言ったよな。
And Mother, you said your memories were there, too.
そうさ、あんたたちを導く責任があったから、ちゃっかり最後に残しちゃったけどさ。
And since I had to, like I had the duty to guide you guys, I... Chakkari? It's like I made sure to leave that one for last.
あ、どうしよう。いいことを思いついちゃった。
Oh no. It's like what I just... just had an amazing idea.
いいこと？
Amazing idea.
ふふふ、向こうで話そうかな。私は先に行ってるから、みんなはジップラインで来るんだよ。
Okay, talk to you about it over there. Everybody go on the zip line.
あいつの言う、いいことってのは、大体ろくなことじゃないからな。
And when she says she has an amazing idea... You would either say, like, it's either... It's usually nonsense, or it's usually... Usually means, like, what, something bad's about to happen.
なあ、エレンビル。
Hey, Aaronville?
私はお前の意志を尊重したいって思ってる。だけど同時に、カフキワの思いも叶えたい。
I want to... Yeah, respect your wishes, but at the same time... I want to fulfill Kafka's.
悔いは残してほしくねえんだ。できれば、最後は笑顔でいてほしい。
I don't want you to have any regrets, if possible. Yeah, at the end of this, I want you to be happy. It's like, I want you to be able to smile, you know? I know.
わかってるさ。
I know.
あいつにとってカフキワは母親であると同時に憧れの死でもあったんだ。簡単に割り切れなくて当然さ。
To him, Kafkawa isn't only his mother, but also like the... I guess you would say mentor. He admired. It's not... I think you would just say it's not going to be easy for him to say goodbye.
以降、私たちのやることは変わらねえ。永久人たちを知って、その思いをし...
Okay. What we need to do doesn't change. Let's... learn, get to know the Eternals. That's probably Wind Path, right?
ビーブ、ビーブ。
Your Wind Path Garden.
探求と好奇心のウィンドパスガーデンへ行ってらっしゃい。未知の発見が君を待っていることだろう。
Yeah, Wind Path. God, I hate katakana. Yeah, welcome. Like, what? What, like, exploration and curiosity awaits you in Windpath Garden? Like, unknown discoveries await. Did we have to do the full-on superhero landing for it?
ねえ、みんな聞いてくれるかい？私はさ、死ぬ前にやりたいことが2つあったんだよ。
Damn, she's blood. Hey, everyone. Listen, before I die, there's 2 things I want to do.
1つはエレネシパの成長を見届けること。
The first, what is, this, I guess you would just see, I want to see how much Ineshipa's grown. Hang on, am I being stupid? Did I? Yeah, no, it's Attan. There's 2 things I wanted to do before I died. It was to see how much. It's like to be there to watch Ineshipa grow.
これに関してはある意味では叶ったと言えるかな。
And I guess you could say that, you know, that one's already... It's like already happened, in a sense.
だって他人を煙たがってばかりだった子がこんなに素敵な仲間をゾロゾロ連れてきたんだからね。
I mean, after all that... I mean, I would say my son who could never stand to, like, be around others has, you know, brought all, you know, so many wonderful friends along with him.
この子の師としても母としてもこれほど嬉しいことはないよ。
It's like as his mentor and mother, teacher, mother, I couldn't be happier.
そしてもう一つはまだ見たことのない生き物に出会うこと。
The second was... Yeah, to, like, encounter... Like, to meet... creatures I'd never seen before.
世界中を隅々まで旅して未知の生き物を一つでも多く見つけるんだ。
To travel to all corners of the world and discover as many unknown... Or discover as much unknown life as possible.
でもまあ世界どころかトラル大陸さえ全て見て回る前に落っちんじまったんだけどね。
Yeah, but... what do you do for this? Because she doesn't just say Shinu, it's... Ochinjimattan. What do you do for this? What do you do for this? Because the slightly, I mean, it's kind of playful version of it. I guess you would have to say kick the bucket, yeah. But, you know, I ended up kicking the bucket before I could even see all of Toraru, let alone the world. Like, the point here is that she's kind of playfully and casually referring to her own death. Oh, yeah, come on, come on. I can't stand all this, it's like, you know, gloomy stuff. You might say, like, depressing stuff, but, yeah. What I wanted to say was... Or what I'm trying to say is, I want you guys to make that dream of mine come true. I mean, after all, there's... life here I've never seen before. The thing is here is that there's no way in hell these lines back here, I'm like this one, this yamena. There's no way any of this was translated well. There's no way any of this was translated well. Nobody, if somebody still has like garland tools or something up, I don't want to know the line, but like on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it? Yeah. Alright, then. Yeah, it's no problem. Leave it to us. I thought you'd say that. Thank you.
見てごらん。ここウィンドパスガーデンにはね、かつてアレクサンドリアがあった大陸に生息していたいろんな動植物が集められてるのさ。
Look, here in Windpath Garden, they gathered like all sorts of like flora and fauna that once inhabited like the continent where what Alexandria stood.
ただ機械の遠隔操作にばかり集中してたもんだから、私がリビングメモリーを歩き回るようになったのはほんの最近のことでね。
But I was spending all of I was so focused on what remotely controlling that robot. I only recently started walking around in living memory myself.
つまり、私にとってもこの場所は未知の生き物だらけってこと。最後の冒険の舞台としちゃ上出来だろ?
And so, for me, this place is absolutely filled to the brim with unknown life. It's the perfect stage for... It's just right for my final adventure, don't you think? Or you could say for a final adventure. Yeah, Erinville is gonna be kind of pissed off at her being so flippant about this, I would think. Because that's the thing here, is that the thing that they have not been doing for her character at all in the English is actually matching the tone. Hey, look! We're in a fucking garden, and we're having Erinville replay what is effectively a one-to-one line from Hermes. It's like, what, so just like that, your dream's fulfilled, and then it's the end. It's like you fulfilled your final dream, and what, it's the end. He's pissed. How could I possibly... Yeah, how could I possibly be okay with that? Nope, I'm sticking to my guns. I am not looking at the English. There's no way in hell that they translated this. This is a playful, again, playful of saying like, oh, you really are such a handful. I'm not entirely sure you would either go with like... You might even say sensitive here, but... You might just go with, oh, come on now.
エレネ
エネ
シバ
シバ。
頼むよ。最後はとびきり楽しい旅にしたいんだ。
エネシバ, please. What I want... do you say I want to have, you know, a fun journey in the end, or you would either say that, or I want my final journey, my final adventure even, maybe, to be a fun one.
みんなだって締めっぽいのは嫌だろ。
締めっぽい. You guys wouldn't want... Yeah, you guys wouldn't want it to be all, like, gloomy too, either, right? If you were going to use gloomy for that one, you would have to use something different for the Huroi before. Don't want to use it twice. They are two different words in the Japanese.
それじゃ了承してもらえたってことでちょいとついてきてくれるかい?
Alright, so then, if you're alright with it, could you come with me for a minute?
交流しながらでいいからさ。景色もちゃんと堪能しながら来るんだよ。
Okay, yeah, you can talk to the other Eternals as well. And make sure to enjoy the scenery. Wait a second, so that one was just called, like, you, as in... Oh, I thought these were all gonna be, like, real tree names. But that one was then called Green Man.
へんてこなきかと思ったら、あれはオブジェなんだな。気になるところばっかりだぜ。
なんとなく、よし。
I mean, I am endeavoring to not look at the English because the bit that I looked at was infuriating. I have no idea what the English player base thought about this segment, but it's genuinely beautiful in the Japanese. So much of the emotion...
ここは探求の花
Like, the emotions are just so blunt
綺麗に咲いてるだろ?
in the English. They extend things out massively. They add in tons of unnecessary bullshit, cliche, filler, garbage. Okay, wait, this is like Tonkyu no... It's like what, Garden of... Hang on. Discovery, maybe? Isn't it beautiful? See, compared to, like, the metaphor streams, these really are, like... The problem is that if I don't have the English up to to compare things with...
圧巻だな。確か、リビングメモリーの植物は本物だったよな。
Then you end up having the, like, thing kind of just nagging you in the back of your head, going like, did they do what I think that they did? But, at the same time, it really is very nice to be able to just completely ignore the English, and just enjoy a very good game. It's
spectacular.
The plants in living memory are real, right?
種を存続させるためにここで数百年保管されてきたらしい。
Okay, but it's like things like this, right? This Daiko Taisen. If I didn't check the English, I would never know that the English name for this war, which in the Japanese is like the Thunderbolt War, that's like an actual localization of Daiko Taisen. This is like plants that were on the verge of the extinction during the Thunderbolt War were gathered here and preserved to ensure so that the species could survive. That Daiko Taisen in the English is Storm Surge. So they would say like, yes, plants that were on the verge of extinction during the Storm Surge. Which is hilarious. Who the fuck would come up with Storm Surge? Like, what? It's so it's such total nonsense. Storm Surge. Like, sometimes it's just funny. Right? Like, if I didn't check the English, I would have never known that any of that Pai the Kami shit existed in Stormblood either. And that shit's hilarious. Contra Memoria, yeah. Or like, you know, Third Promise. Vow of Resolve. It's just, come on, man. You can't be this bad at this. It's very funny.
じゃあ、このウィンドパスガーデン全体が大きな植物園みたいなものなのね。
Yeah, okay, so the Windpath Garden is like one big, like, botanical garden
う
then.
まいこと言うね、クルルちゃん。
Yeah, well said, Kurita.
表現が適切かもしれないね。
That might be the best thing to call it.
未知の植物、未知の動物、エレネシパモグリーナーの血が騒ぐんじゃないか。
Yeah, unknown plants, unknown animals. You know, Araneshwa, that's gotta get your, like, you know, gleaner blood boiling, right?
まあな。
Come on, man. I suppose. I guess.
「トラル大陸の外で見かけたような動植物がこちら側の世界にも存在してるってケースもあると思う。
Wait, they don't say Storm Surge there? What, did they get embarrassed by their own dumbass name? God, see, that's the thing, is that if I don't have the English open, I wouldn't get to know that, and that's really funny. Getting to make fun of them for coming up with dumb things like Storm Surge and then being too embarrassed to actually use them is funny. It's like, oh, what, you didn't want to say Storm Surge there? Or you couldn't make it work? Maybe you should have come up with something different. Maybe you should have actually translated the name. Okay. The Calamity. That's funny. That's very funny. The Calamity? Ganon? Okay, there are, It's like, I think it could be the case. He's saying that there might be, like, plants and animals here that are related to, ones that would be seen outside of Torao.
共造世界とやらには詳しくないが、そのあたりの生態系を比較してみるのも面白いんじゃないか?
I don't know much about these mirror worlds, but it would be... Don't you think it would be interesting to compare the, ecosystems between them?
それ、いいじゃないか。さすがは、私の弟子だよ。
Yeah, that's great, you know. Any Sasuga line is a pain in the ass. I mean, you could just say you really are my disciple.
ここには、世界中を旅する冒険者と、クリーナー、それに、シャーレアンから来た手芸が、2人もいるんだ。こりゃ、ワクワクが止まらないね。
Okay, we've got like adventurers who've traveled the entire world, a cleaner, and two, like, what, geniuses? Or, like, geniuses, brilliant minds from Charlene. I'm so excited.
それじゃ改めて、道を追い求める同志たち。少しの間だけど、よろしくね。
Well then, like, fellow, what, seekers of the unknown. It may only be for a short while, but you could actually go with looking forward to working with you on this one. As much as I don't normally like that for Yoroshiku. Yeah, so what, just in search of the unknown?
それじゃあ、みんなにはまず、探求の花園近辺を調査してもらって、気づいたことがあれば報告してもらおうかな。
Wait a second, how many more quests do I have in 7.0 actually? Let me check real quick. Where are we? Oh, damn. What's the current quest called? I guess in English it was In Search of Discovery. Oh, wait, no. Wait. Oh, but then, we're gonna end up in one of those situations where I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna finish the next two quests in like an hour or something. And then it's gonna be, do I just send it on the final quest or not? Yeah, I either have to go along or cut it short. Fuck. Fuck. No. Well, the thing is that it wouldn't be a short stream next time, it would be finale into something else, right? Because, I mean, I don't want to just accidentally do the finale. The thumbnail for this stream was Kururu eating an ice cream cone. Or rather, like, staring sadly at an ice cream cone. Just wrote his troll. He did. We should go find that guy and beat him to death with hammers. I'm joking. Okay, so in that case, I think I would probably just want to get to a good, clean stopping. That's an appropriate final thumbnail. So I did bring this up at the start of the stream, but like, I'm totally fine with going a little bit short today, because I do kind of want to play more Pokemon Champions. People are really mad about a lot of the stuff in Pokemon Champions, but none of it are things that I care about. It's very funny. None of it is shit that I care about. I'm just like, wow, fun. I was thinking about Pokopia, but you play Okay. Hey, hang on. This is a good... This is a good way to kill some time so that the stream is a little bit longer. Okay, everyone started exploring, the Garden of Discovery. but I've always followed, like, I've followed VGC Pokemon for a decent bit, but I never actually played it myself because it's such a pain in the ass. Like, I don't want to go around and have to breed Max IV Pokemon and, like, import things from 5 different games. Yeah, I fucking love Pokemon. Hang on, I accidentally skipped the line again. Okay, yeah, you can talk to the Eternals about it. They probably know... Yeah, talk to the Eternals. They probably know the placing better than me. Here, let me actually get through this little conversation. Okay, I want to know about the, ecosystem here. Like, what are the similarities and differences compared to the original world? After all, I've never been outside of the continent of Toral. My whole life, I'll be relying on your knowledge and experience. Leave it to us, but... I mean, I've only ever been to Charlayan, but if I find anything interesting, I'll be sure to tell you. But, like, setting up the actual... Oh, God, that's a lot of things. Setting up an actual team to play competitive doubles is just a pain in the ass. Or at least it was historically. It's just kind of annoying, and then you've got all of the systems within the game itself, and then... But, if you can just load it up, throw in a, like... Send in some Pokemon from Pokemon Home using the free tier, make a competitive team, and just play the game, it's fun. Oh, you're wondering what I'm doing here? I mean, Mamoswine is actually good. Like, it actually is decent, competitively. Okay, what? Look up into this, like, trunk? Do you see that do you see those capsules, I guess? Okay, inside are... like... there are, what, plants being cultivated? Those that can't grow here in Windpath Garden, as well as, like, highly prolific ones that would, disrupt the ecosystem. Or, like, destroy the ecosystem. Okay, so inside the capsules, they can recreate environments for any climate, tropics to polar regions. Yeah, even plants on the verge of extinction can survive, like, never to be lost, provided if we can provide the right environment for them, just like us, the Eternals. People are upset, though, with Champions that it doesn't have a 6v6 mode in singles, but, I mean, this might be the most controversial thing I've ever said. 1, who the hell plays singles? And 2, why would you want to play 6v6 singles? I understand that people want it and that they're upset that it isn't an option, but, like, 6v6 singles sounds like fucking hell. Just a nightmare game mode. Okay, yeah, you got the treants one around, like the ones in, the Black Forest. Smart setting is that. Look, I don't understand why people are so fond of it. I think people talk about that too, with like, oh, why is 2v2, like, you only take 4? It's because if you just brought all of them, then you're just kind of like hosed. If there's a handful of bad matchups. Like, there's so much more strategic depth in not being able to bring all of them.
きちんと手入れが行き届いた見事な火炎だ。ここを管理しているのは機械兵だろうか。
Beautiful, well-maintained garden. Androids are looking after them. Hang on, you couldn't have possibly gotten here without stepping on these flowers. You could have maybe gone around that path, but there's no way you did.
このリビングメモリーの水って例に漏れずエレクトロープで作られた水だろ？
Okay, what, Yeah, the water in living memory was made with
そのまま
electro,
の状
right?
態では綺麗すぎるからなるべく元の環境に近い水質になるように調整してるんだってさ。
Oh, okay. Like, the water that's produced that way is, like, too pure. So they adjust the quality to make it as close as possible to its, like,
ただ
original
植
environment.
物や生物を集めてきただけじゃなくて、それらが生きるための環境もちゃんと保存してあるんだ。
Okay. They haven't only collected plants and animals, but also...
かつてはこんな素敵な場所が存在してたんだって思うと、いつか行ってみたくなるよね。
carefully preserved environment necessary for their survival. I don't know what things are like outside the barrier right now, but and when I think that somewhere, like, something like this wonderful used to exist, it makes me want to go see it someday.
そこのスロープで上に行けば、霊ノードの周辺にちょっとした休憩スペースがあるよ。露店もあるから、小腹が空いたら寄ってみて。
Okay, if you go up the slope, you find a, like, small rest area near the, I guess it would be Leonard. Food stalls too? Okay. I'm sure, though, that I'm probably going to, like, sour on competitive Pokemon right around the time that I get, like, paralyzed 5 times in a row. Or somebody lands, like, you know, 3 super low accuracy hypnosises in a row.
うちの店で買ったおやつを片手に散策する人もいれば、近くのテーブルを俺の祖先はあれ
Went from Rockslide? Yeah.
っていうところの出身らしいんだ。
The thing is that it's not actually any different from the variants that I've experienced in other competitive luck-based games. Like, shit, man, there's way more variants in something like Mahjong. Okay, Mahjong is maybe not the best example, because Nichi Mahjong does have, Uradora, which is basically just full-on, oh, you won, but you actually won way harder for no good reason. But that one's funny. But, like, you know, if you play competitive Magic the Gathering, you're gonna run into some pure variants. But there's a difference in feeling between, like, not drawing the card that you need, or your opponent drawing a card that you need, versus specifically playing a card that just has, like, a 5% chance to not do anything, but you kind of have to play it because it's still the best thing. So you're like, alright, gotta put this into my deck, and 5% of the time it just doesn't work. There's no way to play around it or anything. Anyway, back to the actual game. Okay, apparently my It turns out my ancestors aren't from Alexandria, but from a place called what? Ondea Pata?
そこでは変わった挨拶が習慣だったらしいよ。確か、ラリホとかいうやつ。
お
紛れよく言うのが大事なんだってさ。
Okay. They had a peculiar greeting that was customary there. It was something like lolly-ho. You had to say it very clearly.
それはさておき、そのコンデやパタ近くの山道からは、目が地面を覆い尽くすほどの巨木が見えたらしい。
Okay. Apparently from like a mountain path near Kondea Pata, you could see a massive tree that, like, whose roots completely covered the ground.
インドパスガーデンのターミナルは、その巨木、イーファの木をモデルにしたんだとか。
Okay, the terminal of Windpath Garden is modeled after, like, that massive, what, tree? I'm not sure if that's supposed to be, like, tree of Ifa.
たとえ本物じゃなくても、かつて存在したものが再現されて、こうして、後の世に残されてるのって、なんだか嬉しいよね。
Okay, even if it's not the real thing, there's something... It is nice to see something that once was, like, being recreated and like, preserved for I guess you would say for future generations. I know exactly what you could do. That, I see the DM, that could be a good idea. But I'm pretty rusty on Zhong, actually. It could still be fun, but one thing that's weird is that there are some, like, strange peculiarities with Domin Mahjong versus, like, the Mahjong Soul client. That I could potentially get tripped up on. But it could be fun. It depends. I really do need to get the Zhong title. But you have to play so many games of Domin Mahjong, and, like... It's like if I was gonna play that many games of Mahjong, I'd probably rather just play on Mahjong Soul. You would be the only one in the NA... There's gotta be people on the NA servers who have it. Because, I mean, like, how else are you going to match into anybody to play it? Mahjong is just... Ugh. Dichi Mahjong really is just, like, it is the best of the, like, classic... tabletop games. I'm not sure what else you would call it, but, like, you know, amongst your, like, chess and poker and all of those sort of things, I'm firmly of the opinion that Mahjong is the best. Okay, the Botanical Gardens of Charlayan are designed to, like, fully mimic a natural environment, but this seems different. You know, I think it's what may be closer to a traditional garden. Well, see, the thing is that you gotta know what type of Mahjong they're talking about. Dichi Mahjong is very different from, like, from Chinese Mahjong, and which is very different from American Mahjong. Dichi Mahjong is an incredibly defensive game. It's very fun. Welcome back. I was just, hearing from Kuruda.
で感じたことも私たちに聞かせてくれるかい？
Okay, could you tell us what you thought?
へえ、いろいろと興味深い点はあったけど、特に気になるのは、その歩く大木みたいな魔物のことだな。
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things there, but what I'm really interested in is that, massive, monster looks like a big walking tree.
草絆の魔物はいたけど、オレオがよく知る、そのトレントって魔物について、もう少し教えてくれるかい？
Okay, this is, there are similar monsters in Protocol Pacha. Can you tell me more about that, like, get Treant? Okay. It lives in the Black Forest, many different varieties. I'm gonna go with the top option.
ってことは、きっとここにも餌になる動物がいるんだろうね。生態系を維持するためにさ。
Okay, so in that case, they must have, like, prey around here to preserve the ecosystem.
生態系の維持、管理というと、やっぱり私は、あの場所を思い出しちゃうわ。
Or talking about maintaining and managing an ecosystem, it really makes me remember that place.
ああ、ここはラビリンソスに似ている。
Yeah, this really is similar to Labyrinthos. Labyrinthos.
シャーレアンの地下深くにある人工的に温帯の環境を再現した種の保管庫だ。
Okay, deep underground, or beneath Charlayan is like an artificially recreated environment where like various species are safe housed.
へえ、そんな場所があるなんてね。
Oh wow.
それよりも誰か大型のコウウロコズナの魔物を見たか？
Okay. More importantly, did any of you see... Wait, what? I don't know what this is... Oh god. What is this supposed to be? It's like, what, massive... scaled or shelled? I don't remember what this is.
大型のコウウロコズナの魔物、なんだい、それ？
Yeah, wait. What? What are you talking about?
初めて見たんだが、ネズミに似た姿の四足歩行の魔物だ。
Oh. Wait a second, what was he even talking about? Okay, it's my first time seeing one too, but it was a four-legged monster, looked like a
ネ
mouse.
ズミに似てるなら、百獣綱だろう？
Oh god. Oh god, what do you do for this? I have no idea.
いや、擬態のためだとは思うが、多肉植物に似た鱗で覆われている。
Oh god.
分類で言えば、コウウロコズナだろう。
Hang on, hang on. I need to look this up or something. What is this? Is this a thing? that we've talked about before. Ever. Okay, apparently this is actually pronounced Korinko. Okay, it's a classification of monsters that have, yeah, like scaled or shelled. So I mean, that is pretty much exactly what I would have thought. So it's like, you know, you've got, okay, like things like dragons, I guess, maybe. Interesting. It's like a made-up scientific classification. Don't know what they do for this. Oh, the English is like scale kin? Fuck off. The Japanese is like an actual scientific sounding thing. Oh, god damn it. Looking it up meant that I was exposed to the English, and now I'm upset. This is a situation where you'd probably have to use Latin. You would have to actually use some Latin to come up with a thing, instead of just going scalekin. You would need to use some Latin here. Okay, I'm fairly certain it was for like camouflage or mimicry, but it was covered in scales that represented or that were like, you know, that resembled yeah, succulent. In terms of classification, it would fall under. Wait a second, hold on. Nah, that wouldn't work. The fucking... For a second there, I thought that maybe the MTL did something right. Nah, that's a fucking type of butterfly. Hang on. You would have to do some, like, Latin thing here. But it should be a scientific name. Okay, they're getting into the weeds about classifications. So in the... Oh, that bothers me so much, actually. That bothers me so much, actually. What is the English? What are the English for these two? I'm going to check. Scalekin and beastkin? Fuck off, man. These should be scientific terms. It's fun. Won't be able to say it without seeing it with my own eyes. Could you take me to where you saw it? No, say... Okay, no, telling whether or not it's going to be in the same place, but... I saw it to the northwest of here. The northwest, then. Okay, when we find it, we'll take a close look and see who's... You know, settle who's right about it. Hang on. Okay. Why don't you come along as well? To see, I'd love to hear the, like, opinions of, adventurers who travel all across the world. Hang on. So this is one of the few things that, like, varied MTL things can actually do somewhat decently. they could, like, maybe come up with things. Okay, yeah, like, I threw that line into, like, Deep L. They just say chitinous scaled. Oh? Oh, shit. Wait a second, wait a second. Wait, Google Translate might have done a better job than them. Google Translate said placodermi, which is actually just ripping from, like, placoderm is an actual, that's a real type of fish, so you probably wouldn't want to actually do that, but you would do something like that, right? You would be like, that should be, like, the, you know, taxonomically speaking, or whatever, it would be part of placodermi. Something like that. That's what it's supposed to sound like. They're supposed to be dropping a complicated sounding scientific term. Again, localization, you're supposed to actually do the work. This is your job. You don't just get to go scale kin and say, fuck it, I don't want to do the work, I don't want to actually have to localize. That's just a lazy cop-out.
ふふ、私は後から合流するわね。ラマチとラハ君に移動するってこと伝えてこなくっちゃ。
Okay, meet up with you. I have to tell, Ramachi and Daha where we're going. Oh, the German... Wait, does the German actually have, like, a made-up scientific name? Because that really is what it should be. Like... I mean, the fucking Google Translate placodermi would actually be totally fine, honestly. Like, if you just threw that in there, there would be, like, a... You know, somebody being like, actually, that's classification of fish, but it's just like, whatever, man. It at least sounds right. It's like, oh, they are scaled. Like, their classification system is that they are separating this out into scaled life form. Right, like, she's basically saying mammalia, and he's saying, oh, placodermi. Actually, hang on. I'm interested in this. Okay, so this one is... so it's... They go with, what? 110? Oh, that's interesting, actually. Okay. That's not necessarily saying mammalia, but it's like... It's basically saying, like, beast-like, or, like... Effectively, like, animalia. Right? But it's, you know, being a bit more specific than that. That's fun, though. Like, I know that I'm getting hung up on this a lot, but if we actually had, like, good translations in media in general, this would be a really interesting thing to actually talk about. You've got like, two made-up scientific, like, classification names. How do you convey that information into English? That's an interesting and fun puzzle. Right? You can't do... There is no literal translation here whatsoever. It doesn't work at all. So you have to come up with something that conveys the same sort of feeling. And me personally, I would be like, you gotta go to Latin. You gotta have, like, a fake scientific classification name. Hang on, let me check the German. Like, let me look it up and see if it's a scientific name. Oh. Oh, that's actually interesting. They're using, like, the literal term from... So, like, in German, that's, like, the name for pangolin is, like, literally just scaled animal. That's not terrible. I don't mind that, necessarily, because that is, like, the scientific name, I guess. Again, I know I'm getting stuck on this a lot, but this is the stuff that's actually interesting to me. You know, invented terminology is so fun. Oh.
第一世界で見たエケボアに似た魔物がいる。
Okay, there's a monster very similar to an Ikeboa. Fuck, what is this actually called? Oh, it's like, what, Ekivore? You saw in the first world? Whoa.
間違いない。俺が見たのはあいつだ。
Yeah, that's what I saw. I mean, me, myself, personally, that does not seem to be an actual chitinous scale. It depends on whether or not those things are actually chitinous. I mean, technically it would all just be keratin anyway. Fuck, that's actually weird. They've made this difficult. I see, it's... It does appear to be, like, somewhat borderline. Alright. Let's take a closer look at it. It's like, what characteristics can you identify? Oh, thank God we're not doing the binocular minigame. Okay. You have some very funny options here. Your options here are like its body is covered in like plant-like scales. The middle option is look at its little feet. Nose and like mouth are somewhat elongated. I very much so want to go with look at its little feet. Oh, look at it. Look at its little feet. Oh. It's adorable. Look at the little paws. Okay. I mean, I'm going to be not stupid, though. Like, the thing that stands out is the plant-like scale thing. Okay. The scales are what caught my eyes. Or what caught my eye. If it were to, hide in a grassland, it doesn't seem like it would be easy to spot. Cool. Look at it go.
こうしてじっくり観察してみると、背中のあれは鱗のように見えるけど、皮膚が変化した鱗乾板だね。コウウロコズナの角質化した鱗と違って成長するはずさ。
Huh. Dude, I'm learning... Is this another real term, or is this also made up? Okay. Apparently this is a real term? Oh, it's referring to, like, the sort of things that, like, that's the same term for, like, an armadillo. Ah, what is that actually called? What are those called? Because I know that there is also a specific name for that. Oh yeah, that is... Scoot? Yes. That is probably what you would call this. Fuck, this is interesting, actually. Can the whole game just be like this? Okay, taking a closer look at it. Yeah, those things on its back, while appearing to be scales, are actually a... like a scoot. Like, what, I guess you would say scoot. Or, yeah, they're like a form of scoot made from their skin. Unlike the keratinized scales of... I guess I'm just gonna go with the whole placoderm thing, like placodermi. Those should continue to grow with them over time. Like, okay, this is actually unironically, this is one of my favorite things about this game. Straight up, is the fact that you've got lines like this that are... Here, let me just throw that into the chat. Right here, let me just throw this whole line into chat. In here, we've got a fabricated term for, like, a, you know, a scientific group, but you've also got an accurate term for, like scoots, the like, dermal plates. Specifically, like, they're using the term keratinization. They don't gloss over shit. They go massively in depth. Like, discussions between characters who know what they're talking about in this game, they don't hold back. They sound completely legitimate. It's excellent. Like when, you know, it reminds me of the stuff with Vritra discussing, like, geopolitics and economics. The English glossed over a bunch of stuff and dumbed it down, but, like, a single Vritra line was something along the lines of, like, when taking into consideration the inherent, power imbalance and disparity between nations providing aid and those receiving it, it's just like, we're playing Final Fantasy here, bro. And yet the Japanese script is just like a full-on... It's like reading a textbook. It's like, ah, shit, this is all gonna be on the test. I gotta study for the midterm. Okay, so... they didn't evolve, an exterior, like this... a hard exterior for defense, but rather altered the coloration. Like, it's like altered coloration and flexibility for the sake of mimicry. In that case, just as you said, Mother, I do believe it'd be more likely to be part of class whatever you go with. Hang on, guys. So, look at that Japanese line. Look at all of the detail that Aaronville just said. Oh god, it's all gone? Yeah. So, what he said is, like, so they didn't evolve it for, like, hardened scales for defense, or, like, they didn't evolve to be hardened for the sake of defense, but rather, like, to have their color changed and to become, like, flexible for the sake of mimicry. In that case, I believe it would be closer to class blah, as you suggested, Mother. Very specific information. The English. You may be right. If we consider that, along with its other characteristics, such as its face and hands, it's more likely to be a beastkin like you said. You know, these scripts really are at the same level. They're equally canon. One of them treats you like an intelligent adult, and the other says, if we consider that, I don't want to translate any of this, guys. It's too hard. Like, scientific classifications and, like, actual biology and stuff, I might have to, like, look up a thing? That's too hard. Consider its other characteristics, such as its face and hands. We've reduced this from a college-level course to elementary school. The English is a baby game for babies. Won't be able to say for sure without more thorough investigation, but getting to observe it up close and personal, I really feel, yeah, it's refreshed or feel wonderful. Satisfied, maybe. Okay, you seem to know about them. Where exactly did they live? I don't remember. Oh, the berry. Yeah, it's like the berry land. It's not like village necessarily in the first world. Yeah, they've traveled to other worlds and the like edges of the universe. Must have seen all sorts of strange creatures and places we've never laid eyes on before. And that's amazing, you know, the world really is so big. And like, great life at the edge of the universe. I wonder what it looked like. And I really would love to see, you know, life from another world too. Yeah. Looks like you guys are having fun. No, we are not. Yeah, I just got so excited, hearing about, like, the possibilities of the unknown. It's, yeah, it's like the same sort of excitement I felt when heard about it all from, Ketenram and Godofu. Oh no, it's Godofu. Wait, you knew Grandpa Godofu? Yeah, wait. Did I not tell you? Or, that's like, yeah, wait, did I not say?
トラル大陸に滞在してた時、たまたまグルージャジャに用があってトライオラに行ってさ、そこで少し話す機会があったんだよ。
Yeah, back when Gorofu was in Torao to investigate look into the city of gold, I happened to be in Toraora. It's like I had some business with Guru Jaja and Toraora, so we had a chance to talk for a while.
その時ワラフが大事そうに抱えてた赤ん坊がまさかクルルちゃんだったとはね。
And Gorofu was it's like so carefully, or like okay, I can't believe that the baby that Gorofu was holding onto was holding so dearly, I guess you would say, was you, Kururu.
そんな昔にお会いしてたなんて。
I can't believe we met so long ago.
確かあの時はエレメシシパンを連れていたはずだから、あんたも小さい頃に会ってるはずだよ。
If I remember right, remember correctly, Ananeshiba was with me then, so you must have met each other too when you were both little.
さすがに覚えてないな。
Okay, this さすがに覚えてない. I think you would just say I must have been too young to
恥
remember.
ずかしいから思い出さないでね。
Yeah, okay, it's... 思い出さないでね. Yeah, I mean, it's embarrassing. Don't try to remember. Ha ha ha.
そうそう、エレメシシパにグリーナーを進めることになったのも、アラフからシャーレアンの話を聞いていたからなんだよ。
Oh yeah, the reason why I recommended Ananeshiba become a gleaner is because I heard about Charlene from Gorofu.
ネクラに育っちまったもんで、困ってた時にふとグリーナーのことを思い出してさ、世界を見てくれば少しは何か変わるんじゃないかってね。
Ah, this is difficult. It's like, that this son of mine really grew up to be a... I don't know, I guess you would say dour type? Maybe? Or like... It's difficult. This is difficult. You don't necessarily want to say, like, reclusive, dour. I don't necessarily really like. But maybe you just kind of have to say dour. Really didn't know what to do. I remembered what Gorofu told me about the cleaners, and I thought that if he went out and saw the world a bit, that maybe it would, like, inspire him to change. Yeah. This is a little bit sarcastic. It's sorry for being such a... I don't like dour, man. I don't like dour, but... Yeah, it's thanks to that you were able to... meet player character and like why you're here today, like why you're the way you are today. You should really be grateful. I think.
さて、それじゃあそろそろ先に進むとしようかね。
Alright then. Let's keep moving.
行ってみたいところがあるんだよ。クレイラ自然史博物館っていうところでさ、空飛ぶ生物に乗れるみたいなんだ。
Okay, that is... Okay, wait a minute, I already knew that. Never mind. Okay, there's somewhere I really wanted to see. It's the, what? Kureida? Natural History Museum. Oh, you can, what, ride a... What, flying... I guess it's creatures there, but...
1回に乗れるのは3人までだったかもしれない。
Oh, but only, 3 can ride it once, I think.
それなら、カフキワとエレンビルで行ってこいよ。あたしらは、まだ、ここで知りたいこといっぱいあるしさ。
Okay, then... Go on ahead, Kafka and Bill, we have plenty of things we want to learn
3人ならあと
around
1
here.
人は来れるだろう。オレオ、オタクもどうだ？
Okay, if 3 can go, then we can have one more with us. We're being invited along. Sure.
じゃ、遠慮なく。自然史博物館は、レーロードウィンドの西にあるスロープを一番下まで降りた先にあるからね。
Okay, Natural History Museums, bottom of the slope. Okay. Oh, that's the end of the quest. You don't... Oh, this is so awkward. I've been trying to stall. I mean, as a result, things have kind of ground to a halt, but at the same time, I don't know. I would gladly sit here for like 3 hours and just talk. Like, scientific notate, or scientific terminology and translation. Well, I mean, then the question is, like, do we do the next... How long is the next quest? Hang on, let me just... Oh, they're not gonna let me? Rude. Because it would probably be better to... If we were going to cut it short anywhere, we would probably want to cut it short here, so that it isn't just like the finale stream is literally one quest. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Really? Flying Cappies? We have... It's Flying Cappies.
こんにちは。メワピャラに乗って空中遊覧なんていかがですか？
Oh, it even sound... Mewapiara. Flying Capybara.
自然史博物館、立派な施設だな。中に何が展示されてるかも興味がなく。
ここがクレイラ自然史博物館さ。
Okay, this is the Kureida Natural History Museum.
空中遊覧の方はやってるみたいだよ。
Okay, the interior is closed due to the ether shortage, but what, the aerial tour is still running?
さて、背中に乗せてくれるのは、そこに並んでる子たちかな？
Alright, so what we're going to be riding are
ま
those
さか
little ones.
そいつらが飛ぶのか？
Wait, those fly?
あはは、いいじゃないか。何が空飛んだってさ。楽しい時間になりそうだ。
Ah, that's actually difficult. It's like, okay. いいじゃないか。何が空飛んだってさ。That's actually, that's fun, but it's very difficult to get the tone right. It's like, oh, come on, it's fine. It's basically like, come on, it's fine. Almost saying, like, live a little. It's gonna be fun. Okay, let's at least see the name. I don't think 7.0's end needs to be its whole stream. Yeah, a never-ending journey. Yeah, but I don't know. It would still feel weird. It would feel weird. To me. I'm thinking. I don't know. I feel like it would probably be better to do it on Sunday anyway, just because, like, you know, more people would be available. To that end, I'm very hungry. Like, just personally. Okay, I think if I'm gonna cut it at any point, I should probably do that now. I can go a little bit longer next time, potentially, to make up for things. Mostly, though, I just didn't want to have, like... I gotta actually... I didn't realize that the end of 7.0 was so close. I thought we still had, like, 7 or 8 more quests left. But yeah. Okay, so I am going to cut it short this time. Next time finale. Plus something else. Might go immediately into, like, I kind of want to go immediately into the Arcadia stuff. But at the same time, I gotta go back and do all of those, like, role quests and things. I don't know. There's too much, like, side content that I want to do. And I gotta do, like, job quests, there's the Viper stuff. I definitely should have been weaving that in more in general. But... like, Dawntrail has just been good. It's been a whole lot better than everybody was making it out to be, so I didn't actually, like... I was expecting it to be bad. I was expecting it to be bad. I was expecting to need to, like, pivot off the side content to make up for how much of a slog it was going to be. And then it just ended up being very fun and very good. Like, there's definitely some low points. For sure. The pacing needs some work. Going into Arcadia flows better. In that case, I'm gonna need to, like, make a graphic for some of those music recommendations. And also make, like, a... Actually, I really should set up, like, a hotkey to, like, BGM 10. Because there is no way in hell I'm having the actual default music playing while doing those. We're going to be doing a lot of those Arcadia fights in relative silence. Or at the very least, it's either that or I'm going to max out the music for maximum suffering. But, thank you all for showing up. Next time, 7.0 finale. Into fun. I'm gonna need to find some spot to do these role quests and stuff. And job quests. That would be good. But yeah, thank you all for showing up. I'm going to go get something to eat and then play Pokemon Champions. Peace out.